Hello and welcome. Welcome to learning session number 4 of chapter number 6 of Science 2, which is animal classification. Okay, so far, what all have we seen? Um, so, we had first seen the traditional method of animal classification, which was based on presence or absence of notochord. If the notochord is present, then it's a chordate. If the notochord is not present, then it is a non-chordate. Then we had seen the new system of animal classification. So there are various criteria such as body organization, there was the type of symmetry the body showed, or the body cavity present in the body. So all these were criteria on which you have different types of phylums. So we have seen 9 phylums till now, okay, 9 different phylums, and the characteristics we have seen in detail. Okay, today we're going to see the last phylum, which is Chord Data. But within Chord Data, you have 3 subphylums. Okay, so within phylum also you have 3 types of subphylums. So that those are these 3 subphylums, and the last phylum, within the last phylum you have 6 classes. Okay, so you have uh, animal kingdom. Animal kingdom के बाद you'll have body organization. Body organization के बाद you will have symmetry. Symmetry के बाद you'll have body cavity. Body cavity के बाद you'll have phylum. Phylum के बाद you'll have subphylum. Subphylum के बाद you'll have class. Class is the सच्ची वाला पक्का वाला last group. Okay, so although we are left with only one phylum, which is Chord Data, under Chord Data also you have different types. Okay, there are subphylums under the phylum Chord Data, and under the last phylum, which is Vertebrata, you have 6 classes. So we'll see each one of them in detail. Okay, these are the new words we're going to learn today: tunic, larva, metamorphosis, pharynx, cranium, digit, tympanum, aerial, 4, mammary gland. Okay, great. Let's move ahead. Okay, our objective for today is going to be students will be able to explain the characteristics of the phylum Chordata and all its subphylums and classes. You should be able to explain all the characteristics of Chordata as well as all its subphylums and all the classes within Chordata phylum. Okay, so till now we have seen the first 9 phylums, and I told you that once we finish all the 10 phylums we'll be done with the chapter, right? And you all thought that okay, only one phylum is remaining, so only Chordata is remaining, so it should take another 5 to 10 minutes to complete this chapter, right? But you all were in for a surprise, because within Chordata also there are so many different subphylums and classes. Okay, so if this is Chordata, you have 3 subphylums within this phylum, and the last subphylum has 6 classes within it. So again, we'll have to see each one of them in detail today. Okay, cool. So we are going to start looking at phylum Chordata and its characteristics. Okay, so phylum Chordata, the animals in Chordata phylum will have supporting notochord in their body. We have already seen this in our traditional method of animal classification. The animals which have the notochord, they're called as Chordata, right? Then pharyngeal gill slits are present in the body. Gill slits, you'll know, shark के ऐसे बाजू में या फिर fish के बाजू में जो ऐसे छोटे-छोटे slits होते हैं, those are called as gill slits. So they are present on the body. Single tubular spinal cord is present on the dorsal side of the body. You know what spinal cord, right? This cord at the back is known as spinal cord. Dorsal side means the back side. Okay. Heart is present on the ventral side of the body. Ventral means the front side. Okay, the front side pe you will have your heart. The phylum Chordata is classified into 3 subphyla. Okay, 3 subphyla hai. One is Urochordata, next is Cephalocortal, and the third one is Vertebrata or Craniata. Don't worry, we'll see the pronunciation in detail in the next slides. Okay, but these are the 3 subphyla we'll study now. So we have seen Chordata. Now we'll start seeing the subphylum Urochordata. Okay, so this is Urochordata. How do you pronounce this? URO is Euro, and next is Chordata, Urochordata. Okay, so these are marine animals. Marine means you will find them in seawater. Their body is covered by skin like tunic. Okay, tunic यानी एक covering होगा जो generally एक body को या फिर organ को cover करता है. Okay, so tunic is like a membrane which is covering the entire body or the entire organ. In this case, the entire body is covered by skin like जैसा membrane which covers the entire body. Okay, then larva. What is larva? I told you all last time also, right? Larva are small babies. But why they're not calling it babies? Because larva, whenever you see a larva and whenever you see the adult body of that larva, you see a huge difference. So in humans, the human baby looks very much like the adult baby, right? Just size ka difference hota hai. But that's not the case with larva and the adult animal bodies who have larva. In the case of larva, the larva is going to look very different and the adult is going to look very different. And that process is not called as growth. Humans make growth bolenge, right? Babies grow to form adult. But in case of larva, we'll say metamorphosis is happening. Okay, metamorphosis, any transformation is taking place from which the larva, which will look very different from the adult. Okay, because there's a huge difference. The process is called as metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is any transformation. Okay. So larva of these animals are freely swimming. यूरोकॉर्डेटा के जो एनिमल्स है उनके जो लार्वा यानी जस्ट स्मॉल बेबीज जो बने हैं, they will be freely swimming in the water and notochord is present only in the tail region of the larva. Okay, so larva का जो tail region है सिर्फ उसमें notochord present होगा. What is the meaning of euro? Euro means tail in Greek language में euro को tail बोलते हैं. Okay, तो सिर्फ tail region में notochord present है, hence it is called Eurochordata. वहां से वो नाम आया. Okay, Eurochordata, because the notochord is only present in the tail. Okay, so those are the first 3 points. Next, larva undergoes metamorphosis larva undergoes metamorphosis to form adults after settling down at the bottom of the sea. Okay, so when they were larva, they were freely swimming in the water. Okay, जब वो larva होते तब freely water में swim कर रहे हैं. But when they become adults, through metamorphosis, I told you, right, they don't just grow in size में grow नहीं करते, but काफी different उनका adult body होता है. So उसको उस transformation को metamorphosis बोलते हैं. So after metamorphosis, they become adults, and after becoming adults, they settle down at the bottom of this. फिर वो swim नहीं करते रहेंगे in water bodies. वो सिर्फ ocean के bottom पे रह जाएंगे. Okay, settle हो जाएंगे. Generally, these animals are hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodite यानी both male and female reproductive system on the same body, right? And these are the examples. Okay, so we've seen Eurochordata subphylum. Next, we are seeing the second subphylum, Cephalocortal. Okay, so how do you pronounce Cephalocortal? CC, PHA is fur, LO is low, CHOR is not chore, it is cord. Okay, not chore but cord. And data, Cephalocortal. 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 Okay, so the next subphylum we are studying is Cephalocortal. So these are small fish-like marine animals. Marine means you will find them in sea. Sorry, you will find them in seawater. They'll be very small and they'll be very much like fish. Okay, notochord is present throughout the body length. पिछले वाले में सिर्फ tail में था, right? Notochord, but यहाँ पे पूरे body में you can find the notochord. Okay. Pharynx is very large and contains gill slits. What is pharynx? Pharynx is, say for example, with respect to humans, it is a tube which starts from our nose and goes till our lungs. Okay, so जो tube है हमारे humans में, जो हमारे nose से शुरू होके it goes till your lungs. That we in simple language you call that as windpipe, right? So that windpipe ka scientific name, a better name is pharynx. So in this case, the tube which is going from its nose to its lungs will be very large. Okay, the pharynx is very large over here and it contains gill slits. You can see the gill slits here. Okay, काफी बड़े gill slits हैं. These animals are unisexual. Okay, only one sex of these animals will be there. Okay, no male and female cephalochordatas. Okay, so now we are also done with Cephalocortal subphylum. Now we'll move on to the Vertebrata subphylum. Okay, so Vertebrata subphylum, the animals in this subphylum, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Okay, what is notochord? Notochord is like a rod, like एक rod जैसा structure है जो पूरे body को stability देता है. But in case of vertebral column, वो भी एक rod जैसा ही है, but you can see small pieces में होता है वो. Even in humans you don't have notochord, right? You have vertebral column. So vertebral column में क्या फर्क पड़ता है? You can see it is made up of small pieces, right? So that is called as vertebral column. So in vertebrata you will have vertebral column instead of notochord. Okay, so in these animals head is well developed. जो head part होगा, the part above the neck or part above the मेन बॉडी दैट विल बी वेल डेवलप्ड, अच्छे से डेवलप हुआ होगा. ब्रेन इज प्रोटेक्टेड बाय क्रेनियम. क्रेनियम क्या है? क्रेनियम इज द स्कल. ये जो कड़क पार्ट है that is called as skull. Okay, and the other word for it is cranium. That is why it has another name called as craniata. Either you call this as vertebrata, this subphylum, or you call it as craniata. Vertebrata क्यों बोल रहे हैं? क्योंकि इसमें vertebral column होता है. Craniata क्यों बोल रहे हैं? क्योंकि the brain is protected by cranium in these animals. Okay, endoskeleton is either, what is this word? CR is car, TI is T, LA is lay, GI is G, NOUS is nus. Cartilaginous. Cartilaginous. Okay, it's a mouthful. Okay, it's a little difficult to pronounce. Cartilaginous. Cartilaginous. Okay, so endoskeleton. Skeleton we know, right? Skeleton for humans is the structure of bones inside our body. Endo means inside the body. Okay, and skeleton is the it is a portion of the body which gives the body support, right? So endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Bony we understand, right? Bony means made up of bones, like in humans. What is cartilaginous? Cartilaginous means something which is made up of cartilage. Cartilage is a tissue we had learned in grade 9, right? Cartilage. So cartilage is a very easy example of cartilage is what the material our ears are made up of. So they are in solid form, but they are also very flexible, right? And you can move it very easily. You can bend it, stretch it very easily. So this is an example of cartilage. Your ears are example of cartilages. So cartilaginous means it will be made up of cartilage or it will be made up of bone. What are we talking about here? Endoskeleton. अंदर का skeleton, body के अंदर का skeleton. Okay. Some chordlates are jawless. What is jaw? This part of our mouth or our face through which we eat food, right? Through which we eat food. This part is known as our jaw. Okay. So some chordlates are jawless, okay, which means they won't have that jaw, whereas some of them are with jaws. Okay. So the main difference here is in vertebrata, instead of notochord, you'll have vertebral column. Okay, and what is the meaning of vertebral column? Notochord will be a straight rod-like structure, whereas vertebral column will be made up of small pieces. Okay, so you're also done discussing vertebrata. Now we'll go into different classes of vertebrata. Okay, so the first class is Cyclostomata. Okay, how do you pronounce this? Cyclostomata. Cyclostomata. Okay. So the first class we are learning under vertebrata is Cyclostomata. Okay. So these animals have jawless mouth. Okay. इनका jaw नहीं होगा. The jaw will be absent. And mouth is provided with sucker. Okay. मुंह पे sucker होगा, which will help them to eat things. Okay. The skin is soft and without any scales. Skin पे कोई scales नहीं होगा. Skin काफी soft होगी. Paired appendages are absent. What is appendages? We had seen in the last learning session, right? Appendages are small body parts which are attached to a larger body. So तुम लोग को यहाँ पे छोटे छोटे body parts दिख रहे हैं क्या? बड़े वाले body को attach नहीं. That we had seen in the case of cockroach, for example. छोटे छोटे पैर होते हैं जो बड़े से body को attached होते हैं. So that those are called as appendages. So you don't see appendages here. Okay. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous. Okay. You know what the meaning of cartilaginous is. Okay, it is made up of cartilage. Most of the animals are ectoparasites. Okay, what is the meaning of ectoparasites? Parasites means it will live inside or on some other living being, right? Ecto means outside. It means it is not going to live inside other animals. It is going to live on other animals. Okay, so that was Cyclostomata. Then we are moving on to Pisces. Okay, so Pisces, how do you pronounce this? PIS is Pice. Okay, PIS is Pice and CES is Cis. Pisces. Pisces. Okay. So the second class we are studying under vertebrata is Pisces. So these are cold-blooded aquatic animals. Okay, aquatic means you know it. You'll find them in water. And cold-blooded. What is the meaning of cold-blooded? So we generally use this, right? It was a cold-blooded murder. What does cold-blooded murder mean? Cold-blooded means they were cool and calm and they were thinking very well and they were thinking rationally. they were thinking logically, even then they committed that murder, right? They were calm, they were cool. So that is the meaning of cold blood when you use it in English. But here they mean it literally. Okay, actual में उनका blood cool होता है, it's not warm. So उनके body में जो blood होता है वो cold होगा, it won't be warm. Okay, and these, I mean, whichever animals are cold blooded, they have a special name. Poikilotherms. Okay, poikilotherms. So Pisces animals will be poikilotherms, which means their blood is cold blooded. Okay, the blood is cold. Um, so these are aquatic animals living in marine and fresh water. Sea water में भी मिलेंगे, lakes and rivers में भी मिलेंगे. Body spindle shape. What is spindle shape? This is the shape of a spindle. Okay, spindle यानी भौरा. So भौरा generally इस shape का होता है, right? So spindle shape यानी इस shape का होता है. Why? To minimize water resistance. अगर उनको पानी में से पानी में स्विम करना है, अगर स्पिंडल शेप होगा तो उनको कम रेजिस्टेंस मिलेगा, राइट? इट विल बी वेरी इजी टू गो थ्रू वाटर इफ दे आर इन स्पिंडल शेप. Okay, if their body is spindle shaped, so hence their body will be spindle shaped to minimize water resistance. They have paired and unpaired fins. Paired यानी दो दो साथ में, unpaired यानी सिर्फ एक ही पिन. ओके, एक ही फिन. फिन मतलब क्या? यहाँ पे जो दिख रहे हैं आजू बाजू निकले हुए feathers like चीजें हैं, those are called as fins. Okay, here you can see pectoral fin, pelvic fin, ventral fin, dorsal fin, caudal fin, etc., etc. So these all fins are like feathers or like wings, which are going to help them to swim inside water. Okay, tail fin is useful as a steering organ during swimming. Okay, swimming करते समय अगर तुम्हें steering करना है, if a fish is moving forward and it wants to move either to the left or the right, so for it to move to left or right, जो tail पे जो fin होता है उसको left या right घुमाएगा. Okay, so if it wants to move in this direction, यहाँ पे tail पे जो fin होगा उसको left right कर देगा और उसके हिसाब से फिर वो यहाँ से आगे left या right turn ले सकता है. Okay, so the tail fin यानी tail पे जो fin होता है, that is useful for steering during swimming, steer करने के लिए. Okay, next, exoskeleton is in the form of scales. Okay, again this is the photo of a pomfret. Okay, Marathi में they will call it paplet. Very famous, very popular fish amongst Maharashtrians. Okay, poplet. So in English they'll call it as pomfret. Okay, pomfret. So this is the photo of pomfret. And exoskeleton. Exo means outside. Skeleton means the part which is going to give stability, support to the body. It is in the form of scales. You can see here. Any fish you see, there will be scales on the skin, right? Endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Okay. Endo means inside. Inside, the skeleton will be either be made of cartilage or it will be made up of bones. Okay. Respiration occurs with gills. You can see here small gills over here. And these are the examples: rohu, pomfret, seahorse, shark, electric ray, stingray. All your tasty fish will be part of Pisces class. Okay. Cool. So we are also done with the class Pisces within Vertebrata subphylum. Okay, next we are moving on to Amphibia. In Amphibia, what will you have? You will have amphibians. Okay, so how to pronounce this? Amphibia. Okay, so amphibia में will have all amphibians. So these animals are strictly aquatic during larval life. जब ये larva है, छोटे छोटे babies है, तब ये सिर्फ पानी में रह सकते हैं. Okay, they cannot come out of water and perform only aquatic respiration. Aquatic respiration means taking in oxygen, right? And aquatic means in water. So they will take oxygen only from water. Okay, they cannot take oxygen from the air. So in the larval state, when they are small babies, they will be only in water. They cannot come out. Whereas they can live in water as well as on land during adult life. एक बार वो adult बन गए metamorphosis के बाद, तब वो पानी में भी रह सकते हैं और land पे भी रह सकते हैं. Both they can do. Okay, and they can perform both respiration. They can take oxygen from water also. They can take oxygen from air also. So aerial means in air. Okay, aerial means in air. So they can take oxygen either from the water or from air. Okay. Next, they have two pairs of appendages. Okay, दो pairs होंगे, दो pairs. एक pair यानी दो होते हैं. So दो pairs यानी चार हो जाएंगे. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. एक pair यानी दो चीजें, दो pair यानी चार चीजें. Okay, so they will have four appendages डिजिट्स आर विदाउट क्लॉज. डिजिट्स मतलब क्या? डिजिट यानी एक डिजिट, टू डिजिट, तीन डिजिट नंबर्स होते हैं, राइट? बट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू बायोलॉजी, डिजिट्स मीन्स टोज और फिंगर्स. ओके, टोज या फिंगर्स को डिजिट्स बोलते हैं. ओके, सो जो टोज और फिंगर्स है उसमें क्लॉज नहीं होंगे. क्लॉज तुम्हें पता है, राइट? ऐसा जो बर्ड्स को होता है, बर्ड्स के पैरों पे जनरली ऐसा क्लॉ होगा, राइट? तो वो एब्सेंट होगा. वो जो टोज और फिंगर्स होंगे उस पर क्लॉज नहीं होंगे. एक्सोस्केलेटन इज एब्सेंट. ओके, बाहर कोई अलग से एक्सोस्केलेटन नहीं मिलेगा. Skin is usually kept moist for respiration. Okay, if they want to respire means if they want to take in oxygen, they need to keep their skin wet. Okay, moist यानी wet, गीला होना चाहिए. Next, external ear is absent. External ear यानी यहाँ पे हम लोग को कैसे external ear होता है, dogs also have external ears, elephants have external ears, that will be absent. But टिम्पनम, ओके, टिम्पनम इज प्रेजेंट. व्हाट इज टिम्पनम? अंदर का जो ईयर ड्रम होता है उसको टिम्पनम बोलेंगे. सो अंदर का ईयर ड्रम प्रेजेंट है, बट ऐसा बाहर कोई एक्सटर्नल कान नहीं होगा, ईयर नहीं होगा. ओके, नेक इज एब्सेंट. ये जो नेक पार्ट है वो एब्सेंट है. इफ यू सी, यहाँ पे माउथ है और डायरेक्टली इट इज कनेक्टेड टू द बॉडी. सो बीच में वो जो नेक पार्ट होता है वो गायब है. ओके, आईज आर प्रोमिनेंट विथ आईलिड्स. आंख काफी इजीली दिख जाएंगे तुम्हें, एंड उसमें आईलिड्स भी होंगे. ओके, आईलिड्स आर दिस पार्ट. ओके, पल के. Examples are frog and toad. Okay, so that's class Amphibia. We are moving on to the next one, Reptilia. Reptilia में क्या मिलेगा तुम्हें? Reptiles मिलेंगे. Okay, example, छिपकली. छिपकली is lizard, right? Lizard is a reptile. So according to the course of animal evolution, these are the first true terrestrial animals with creeping movement. Okay, so as I told you last, I think at the beginning of the chapter I told you all, right? Why is it important for us to study this chapter? At that time I told you all that life mostly, many scientists agree that its life began in water. So first it must have been a प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल, फिर बाद में यूकैरियोटिक सेल हो गया, फिर मल्टीसेलर हो गया, फिर बाद में टिश्यूज बने होंगे, फिर बाद में ऑर्गन्स बने होंगे, फिर बाद में ऑर्गन सिस्टम्स बने होंगे, फिर बाद में एक पूरा का पूरा मल्टी ऑर्गन सिस्टम लिविंग बीइंग बना होगा. देन अब ये पानी में है, राइट? सब कुछ पानी में हो रहा है. सो किसी ना किसी एनिमल ने पहली बार पानी से बाहर आके जीना शुरू किया होगा, राइट? दे मस्ट हैव स्टार्टेड कमिंग आउट ऑफ द वाटर एंड स्टार्टेड लिविंग. सो जो फर्स्ट एनिमल था जो पानी से बाहर आके दे स्टार्टेड लिविंग, दोज वर मोस्ट लाइकली फ्रॉम द क्लास रेप्टिलिया. ओके, मोस्टली वो रेप्टिलिया से आए थे. दैट्स व्हाट scientists believe from whatever research they have done. Okay, so hence they are called as first true terrestrial animal. सबसे पहले पानी के बाहर ये लोग ही है. And because of these people, because of reptilians, because they came out of water, then we could evolve from them. Okay, next, these are cold-blooded animals. You know what is cold-blooded? Because they are cold-blooded, you can also call them as poikilotherms. They creep on land as their body cannot be lifted. उनके बॉडी को उठा नहीं सकते वो लोग अपने बॉडी को, तो creep करेंगे. creep मतलब क्या? The way lizard walks, right? ऐसे ऐसे walk करेगा lizard. That is, जब if you must have definitely seen a lizard. एक छिपकली को चलते हुए देखा ही होगा तुमने. So, छिपकली जिस तरीके से चलते है उसको creeping बोलते हैं. ओके, यहाँ पे भी लिखा है, राइट? creeping movement. उस मूवमेंट को बोलते हैं creeping. वो जिस तरीके से चलता है. ओके, ये ऐसा क्यों चलता है? बिकॉज वो अपने बॉडी को उठा नहीं सकता. Their skin is dry and scaly. अगर कभी छिपकली को पास से देखा तो काफी ड्राई स्किन दिखेगी और स्केल्स दिखेंगे स्किन के ऊपर. ओके, सो tortoise is also an example of reptilian. Okay, if you can very clearly see the scales over here. यहाँ पे scales दिख रहे हैं, राइट? उसके हाथों पे. So here neck is present between head and trunk. यहाँ पे head है, यहाँ पे trunk है. trunk यानी मेन बॉडी. ओके, उसमें इतना लंबा नेक इजीली दिख रहा है. एक्सटर्नल ईयर इज एब्सेंट. इसको देखो, कान ही नहीं है, कान नहीं है उसको. ओके, डिजिट्स आर प्रोवाइडेड विद क्लॉज. डिजिट्स यानी फिंगर्स और टोज, फिंगर्स और टोज. सो उस पे क्लॉज है, यहाँ पे दिख रहा है बड़े बड़े नेल्स है, राइट? वैसा क्लॉज जैसे लग रहा है. सो डिजिट्स विल हैव क्लॉज. स्किन इज ड्राई एंड स्केली. वेरी इजीली यू कैन सी है, पूरा स्किन ड्राई दिख रहा है. यहाँ पे भी दिख रहा है, राइट? स्किन ड्राई है और स्केल्स दिख रहे हैं हाथों और पैरों पे. एंड एग्जांपल्स आर टॉर्टॉइज, लिजर्ड, snake, etc. Okay, so you're also done with Reptilia. Now we're moving on to Aves. Okay, so the first time I pronounced this word, I pronounced it as Aves, right? Aves, Aves, but it's not Aves, it's pronounced as Aves. Okay, Aves. So Aves are mainly birds. Okay, so these vertebrates are completely adapted for aerial life. Aerial means in air. तो they are adapted यानी उनके बॉडी में चेंजेस आए हैं जिससे वो लोग अभी एयर एयर में जी सकते हैं. ओके, दे कैन लिव इन एयर एज इन दे कैन फ्लाई. ओके, दीज आर वार्म ब्लड के लिए क्या वर्ड है? होमियोथर्म्स, नॉट होमोथर्म्स, होमियोथर्म्स. ओके, in case of cold blooded you had the word poikilotherms, right? cold blooded के लिए poikilotherms ये word use करते हैं. for hot blooded you use the word homeotherms. Okay, so these are warm blooded, which means they can maintain their body temperature, maintain their body temperature constant. यानी ये अपना बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर मेंटेन कर पाएंगे. जो कोल्ड ब्लड होते हैं वो लोग अपना बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कम ज्यादा खुद से नहीं कर सकते. तो अगर उनको समझो बहुत गर्म हो गया तो फिर दे विल गो इनसाइड द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ, और दे विल गो इनसाइड सैंड सो दैट दे कैन कूल डाउन. अगर समझो उनका बॉडी बहुत ज्यादा कूल हो गया, दे हैव टू कम अप. तो तुम लोग ने देखा होगा, आई डोंट नो इफ यू हैव सीन और नॉट, you must have seen photos or videos where the lizard या छिपकली वो ऐसे आधा बॉडी ऊपर है आधा बॉडी नीचे है और बस ऐसे ही बैठा है, कुछ कर नहीं रहा. द रीजन इज दे आर ट्राइंग टू सोक इन द सनलाइट को एब्जॉर्ब करके वो अपना बॉडी टेम्परेचर कम ज्यादा करके एडजस्ट करते हैं, क्योंकि वो लोग खुद से अपना बॉडी टेम्परेचर एडजस्ट नहीं कर पाते. विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ह्यूमंस, whatever our body temperature, I mean whatever is the टेम्परेचर ऑफ आवर एनवायरमेंट, हम लोग अपने बॉडी के टेम्परेचर को एडजस्ट कर लेते हैं, राइट? वी कैन लिव इन डेजर्ट्स एज वेल एज वी कैन लिव इन ग्लेशियर्स फॉर एग्जांपल, where the environment is very cold. Okay, so warm blooded जो एनिमल्स होते हैं, दे कैन मेंटेन देयर टेम्परेचर, कम ज्यादा कर सकते हैं. बट जो कोल्ड ब्लड होते हैं वो अपना टेम्परेचर कम ज्यादा नहीं कर सकते, तो उनको अपना एनवायरमेंट यूज करना पड़ता है बॉडी का टेम्परेचर कम ज्यादा करने के लिए. ओके, next, their body is spindle shaped to minimize air resistance during flight. Spindle shaped, you all know, is एक भौरे के शेप में है, right? This is the spindle shape. And why is it? So that air का resistance एकदम कम रहे. Air में से उड़ते समय air 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 की वजह से ब्लॉक नहीं होना चाहिए उनका पाथ, और उनका स्पीड स्लो नहीं होना चाहिए. ओके, इसलिए स्पिंडल शेप होता है. नेक्स्ट, 4 limbs are modified into wings. 4 यानी आगे का. ओके, सो 4 मीन्स आगे का. सो आगे के जो 2 हाथ है या फिर 2 लिम्स है, उनको मॉडिफाई किसमें किया है? विंग्स में. ओके, तो सिर्फ 2 पैर होंगे और 2 हाथ की जगह पे 2 विंग्स आ जाते हैं. ओके, डिजिट्स आर कवर्ड विद स्किन. डिजिट्स यानी फिंगर्स और टोज, राइट? उनमें क्लॉज होंगे. सो यू कुड वेरी वेल सी द क्लॉज ओवर हियर, राइट? क्लॉज दिख रहे हैं. एक्सोस्केलेटन इज प्रेजेंट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ फेदर्स, राइट? एक्सोस्केलेटन यानी बॉडी के बाहर क्या दिखेगा? फेदर्स दिखेंगे. नेक इज प्रेजेंट बिटवीन द हेड एंड ट्रंक. यू कैन सी द नेक ओवर हियर. यहाँ पे हेड है, यहाँ पे ट्रंक है, मेन बॉडी, तो बीच में नेक मिल जाएगा. जॉज आर मॉडिफाइड इनटू बीक. जॉज यानी ये पार्ट. सो इस पार्ट की जगह पे, आई मीन जॉज की जगह पे उनके पास बीक होगा, राइट? सो यू कैन सी द बीक ओवर हियर. And the examples are mainly all the birds. Okay, peacock, parrot, pigeon, duck, penguin, all these birds come under Avis class of vertebrata. Avis class of subphylum of vertebrata of Chord Data phylum. Okay, we are also done with Avis. We'll move on to the last one, which is Mammalia. Okay, Mammalia, and that is the class in which humans belong. Okay, you can see here examples में humans. Okay, humans belong to Mammalia class of vertebrata subphylum of Chord Data phylum. Okay, of animal kingdom. So अगर humans का बायोलॉजी का एड्रेस पूछोगे तो तुम humans का बायोलॉजी का एड्रेस क्या बोलोगे? सबसे पहली बात तुम बोलोगे कि किंगडम एनिमेलिया. फिर तुम बोलोगे बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैसा है हमारा? ऑर्गन सिस्टम बॉडी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. फिर तुम बोलोगे कि what is your symmetry? You will say bilateral symmetry. Then you will say body cavity. If I'm not wrong, we are eucoelate. Okay, then we will ask which phylum. Then we are Chord Data phylum. Then you'll ask which subphylum. Then we are vertebrata subphylum. Then you'll ask which class. Then your answer should be Mammalia. So biologically हमारा address इतना लंबा है. Okay, and सेम क्लास में एलिफेंट्स भी आते हैं, बैट्स भी आते हैं, डॉल्फिन्स भी आते हैं, कैंगरूज भी आते हैं. सो ये सब लोग हम लोग साथ में इस क्लास में आते हैं, मैमेलिया में. ओके, बट सबसे अजब तो ह्यूमंस है. ह्यूमंस का कोई तोड़ नहीं है, राइट? ओके, सो प्रेजेंस ऑफ मैमरी ग्लैंड्स इज टिपिकल कैरेक्टर ऑफ ममीलिया. ममीलिया को कैसे तुम लोग आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो? उनमें मैमरी ग्लैंड्स होंगे. मैमरी ग्लैंड्स मतलब क्या? बेसिकली मिल्क. ओके, सो जनरली ऑल मैमल्स विल हैव मिल्क प्रोड्यूसिंग ग्लैंड्स. ओके, जिस ग्लैंड से मिल्क प्रोड्यूस हो सकता है वो ममेलिया वाले क्लास के एनिमल्स में होगा. दीज आर वार्म ब्लड, यानी अपने बॉडी का टेम्परेचर वो लोग मेंटेन करके रख सकते हैं. बॉडी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू हेड, नेक, ट्रंक एंड टेल. ओके, हेड, फिर बाद नेक होगा, ट्रंक यानी मेन बॉडी, एंड टेल भी होगी. ओके, हियर यू कैन सी अ टेल. Digits are provided with nails and claws. Okay, so if you see our hands, digits यानी fingers and toes, right? So उसमें तुम्हें nails दिखेंगे, कुछ कुछ में claws दिखेंगे. Exoskeleton is in the form of hair or fur. For example, humans are mammals, तो तुम्हें hair मिलेगा at outside our body. Okay, and these are the examples. Okay, so that's it. We have covered all the we have covered all three subphylum. We have covered all six classes within vertebrata subphylum. So we have seen the new system of animal classification. कैसे body organization होता है, कैसे body symmetry होता है, कैसे body cavity से अलग अलग groups बनते हैं, और क्या अलग अलग phylums है. Phylums में there were 10 phylums, and out of those 10 phylums, chord data में भी बहुत सारे अलग अलग types थे. So chord data में 3 subphylum थे, and उन last phylum vertebrata phylum में 6 classes थे. So all of that we have seen in detail. So finally, I can announce we are done with the class and we are done with the chapter. Okay, next time we might see some end of chapter questions so that you'll know how to answer questions which will come from this chapter. Okay, just check whether you have accomplished today's learning objective or not. Okay, students will be able to explain characteristics of phylum Chordata and all its subphylums and classes. तो जितने भी phylums, subphylums और classes हमने पढ़े हैं, will you be able to give two examples of each one of them? Will you be able to give two characteristics about all of them? If yes, then you have accomplished today's learning objective. Okay. So these are the new words that we learned today. Tunic यानी एक membrane जो किसी organ या किसी part के around होगा. Larva यानी immature form of other animal that undergoes some metamorphosis. Okay, एक छोटा सा version होगा adult का जो जिसका metamorphosis होगा यानी transformation होगा, and वो एक adult animal बन जाएगा. Okay, pharynx is the hollow tube from nose to lungs. Nose से लेके lungs से जो tube जाता है उसको pharynx बोलते हैं. Cranium is your skull. Digit is your fingers or your toes. Tympanum is your eardrum. Aerial means in air. Four यानी आगे का, and mammary glands यानी milk producing glands. So these are the new words we learned today. So that's it for this learning session. I hope you had fun. I hope you understood everything, and we'll see each other in the next one. Till then, bye and peace.